Now the rest is up to you. Thank you.
Yeah, bro.
Oh. And make sure, like this, you know, first of all, I want you to know the only persons that I do not smoke with are my dogs. No, seriously, I told them if they grow thumbs, then they can smoke. But until they... All right.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth Croydon. Hello, thank you for coming today. Thank you for everyone's hard work. I'm seeking the Green Party nomination in Maryland District 8. I am your cannabis candidate. I am here to talk about ending the hypocrisy that has been in my hometown for a long time. My district is a farming district and a federal district, and I know a lot of federal friends who have smoked cannabis for a long time and not done a whole lot to make it legal. Do what keepeth thou from wilting shall be the loophole in the law. I saw when Dana Beal mentored me and ran the first cannabis buyers club in New York City in 1997, I saw the medical differences that happened when HIV patients cured their side effects from the protease cocktails they were forced to take.
First time in history.
I saw them heal themselves. I saw MS patients cure their symptoms. And I'm so grateful to be standing here and participating today. It reminds me of Reverend Craig X. Rubin in Hollywood, who created Temple 420 and argued about freedom of religion and spirituality being federally protected. Therefore, cannabis ingested, eaten as a sacrificial element to your spiritual beliefs should be already federally protected. I hope those of you in my district will seek me out and look for my information, and I want you to know that everyone counts in this rescheduling legislation we are all fighting for today. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Great speech.
Hi, I'm Carl Caswell. I'm one of your political workers out there. I hope you get your medical in Massachusetts up there. And we're a culture of people. This is a political gathering. What are we here for? We're here for our freedom, for our political rights. We want our rights. We want our freedoms. We want to spark up liberty's flame and feel the warmth of freedom's light. Join us in this fight and spread the word. We're starting to unite. We're becoming one. We want laws by our people, for our people, to help us, not against us. We're a culture of people. This is a free country. We have our rights. We want them. We have to speak up for them. We have to vote for them. That's how we change things. We vote. We write out, get people to sign petitions, put them before the government, and everybody votes on it. We're winning. Our numbers are growing. We're getting stronger. Times are changing. Life's getting better for us. Spark up the flame of liberty.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Make you see a steak.
Rosie Mary Wallace from Rock Hill, South Carolina is here to speak to you.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Rosemary James Wallace. I'm from Rock Hill, South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Yes, South Carolina's in the house. I am from also Denver, Colorado. I am a dual person. And what I mean by dual, that means I have to live in one state to be well. In the other state, I am considered a prisoner. I drove 6.5 hours to get in front of all these cameras today to let them know what's going on in the state of South Carolina right now. Everybody is celebrating Governor Nikki Haley. They shouldn't. Nikki Haley is running a program right now called The Blunt Truth. The Blunt Truth is a federally, notice I say federally funded program, which is taking our money that could be used on everything else like bridges and roads to use to fight this bill being passed. The bill is 672. It is on the medical board right now, and they passed the flag over it already. They jumped it. They took the flag for what it was worth and took our time with that to pass that resolution. Now they're going to bring it back on the State House, but that's another story completely. But my point is this. When you got that and you have SLED, which is the main sheriff there, he also is fighting against us. He had, the last time we had any speech, he had 50 paid members of the Sheriff's Department and the police departments stand there as scare tactics. We have got to stop this. We have got to join together, all states, because if one state is free, all of us is not free. My zip code should not matter. I am a veteran. I served 6 years in the United States Army. I am fighting for veterans. We lose 22 of them a day, and it must stop. President Obama needs to listen to this. We're losing people. We're losing too many people. We got a heroin epidemic. We need to stop this because they can't use a plant that is grown under God for God's purpose. Genesis 1:29 says so. So in closing, guys, we need to get together. Get in your local parties, your local, start local. We sound like city commission. Go from the next level to your House and Senate in each state. Then you go up here to Washington, D.C. and shut this bullshit down. Peace and love, everybody.
Thank you. All right, we've had Democrats, Greens, Republicans, and now we have a Libertarian.
My name is Arvind Boa. I'm running as a Libertarian candidate for Senate in Maryland. And I want to see an end to the war on drugs. I want people to be able to buy whatever drugs they want. I want to regulate marijuana like tomatoes. I want to allow marijuana businesses to settle their disagreements in court rather than having to resort to violence. I want all drug businesses to be able to do that. But here's the thing. People lie. Politicians lie. And it's not just politicians who lie, everyone lies. And you know what we have in a civilized society because people lie? I'll tell you what we use. We don't just say, hey, this guy is a plumber, I'm going to give him $100 and hope that he does my plumbing. No. We make an agreement. We sign a contract. And right here with me, I have a stack of contracts. And let me explain what this contract says. This contract says, and this is not one big contract, this is many separate contracts. As many people who want to sign this contract can. This contract says that if I am elected to the United States Senate this November, I will sponsor legislation that will do the following. I'm going to read it right off of this.
I love it.
The legislation will end the war on drugs.
Love
it will defund and eliminate the Drug Enforcement Administration. It will legalize all drugs. It will release from prison all drug users who committed no violent or fraudulent acts. And it will cut taxes by an amount equal to the reduction in federal spending. That's the contract right here. And further it says that if you sign this contract and I don't do that, if I'm elected and I don't do that, then I'm not going to be like Obama who says, well, you know, I couldn't really get around. If I don't do this within my first year in office, if I don't do this, if I don't sponsor or co-sponsor this legislation, I will owe $100 to each person who signs this contract. We're going to put this on our website. Each person, every individual. That's what a promise looks like. A promise is not a promise. A promise is a contract. And if you are willing to sign this, I have pens. Come find me. And this is my absolute pledge. And this is a legal and binding contract. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to vote for me to sign this. You can vote for anyone you want. But if I'm elected and if I don't do this, then I owe you money. So please come up to me and please sign this contract and demand from all of your congressional representatives, all of your presidential representatives, all of your local representatives, don't demand a promise, demand a contract. Thank you.
Great. That is awesome. Our next speaker is from New Jersey.
Hello. Juan Rivera. I'm going to make
it short and sweet. I came here to support this. I mean, this is amazing. This is the next step that we need. This is my little girl. Her name is Tatiana Rivera. She's known as Tuffy. You can check us out on Tuffy's Fight. Weed Man. And I just want to let everybody know that, you know, it's really important to really look into these conditions. My daughter was having over 300 seizures in a 24-hour period. And I was watching my daughter basically die right before my eyes. Simple as that. And if a lot of you here are parents, and you could just imagine what it was as a father seeing your child die right before you. I mean, it's just something that no one should ever have to go through. And we gave her her first dose of cannabis 2 years ago. She has now decreased her seizures between 90 to 95%. Okay? Yeah. Now, we will continue to fight, and we do want legalization. It's very important that we get legalization, and I'll tell you why. In order to have legalization for children like my daughter, we have to continue doing this. And I'll tell you why. With the freedoms that legalization offers us all, we are allowed to do basically whatever we need to do in order to help our children, because at this point, we're not getting the help we need from the government. I mean, I'm my daughter's nurse, doctor, pharmacist, father. I do everything for my daughter. Let's legalize so I can get a lot more help. Thank you.
Save lives, legalize, 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 save lives. All right. Save lives. Yeah!
All right, guys, I'm just very glad that, you know, you all are here. And you see the family that cannabis has brought, you know, to D.C. This is D.C., Maryland, Virginia, the United States of America here today on April 2nd, 2016 in front of the White House. Okay, we know exactly what's going on. I have people that look like me, my dad, my stepdad, you know, in jail because of a plant that brings us together. Again, you see all of us here. The police resources that are going to locking up people that are not committing they're not committing nonviolent crimes, okay? There are resources that have been going to child pornography, child abuse, murders, okay? Like, this has to really, really, really stop.